There was a man who wanted everything yesterday. His name was Marcus, and if you met him at 27, you'd think he had it all figured out. Sharp suit, confident handshake, eyes that moved fast, like he was always 3 steps ahead. But inside, Marcus was burning. Not with passion, with impatience. He wanted the corner office, the admiration, the freedom that comes with success. And he wanted it now. So he took shortcuts. He borrowed money he couldn't pay back to look successful. He lied on his resume to get the job he wasn't ready for. He skipped the grunt work, the late nights of learning, the slow climb that builds character. He told himself he was being smart, efficient, that patience was for people who didn't have vision. And for a while, it worked. He got promoted. People noticed him. He felt like he was winning. But here's what Marcus didn't understand yet. When you chase everything fast, you build your life on sand, and sand doesn't hold. The cracks started small. A client caught him in a half-truth during a meeting. His boss noticed the gaps in his knowledge. His credit cards maxed out from trying to maintain an image he couldn't afford. And the worst part? He couldn't stop. Because stopping meant admitting he'd been wrong. That he'd wasted time pretending instead of building something real. One night, Marcus sat alone in his apartment, staring at his phone. Another rejection email. Another door closed. He felt exhausted, not from working hard, but from running so fast he forgot where he was going. And in that silence, something broke inside him. Not his ambition, his illusion. He thought about his grandfather, a man who spent 40 years as a carpenter, who never made much money, but who built tables that families gathered around for generations, who moved slow, measured twice, cut once, who never seemed in a hurry, but somehow always arrived exactly where he needed to be. Marcus had thought his grandfather was simple. Now he realized he was wise. So Marcus made a choice that felt like defeat, but was actually the beginning. He stepped down from the job he wasn't qualified for. He moved into a smaller place. He started over, this time willing to do the work no one sees. The research, the practice, the failure that teaches you what success can't. And it was hard. God, it was hard. Because self-control isn't just saying no to bad things. It's saying no to good things at the wrong time. It's watching other people sprint past you while you lay foundation stones. It's choosing the long road when the shortcut is right there, glittering and easy. But something strange happened as Marcus slowed down. He started to notice things. The way a skill deepens when you give it time. The way trust builds when you're consistent. The way confidence grows, not from pretending, but from becoming. He learned that self-control isn't about denying yourself. It's about loving your future self enough to make sacrifices your present self doesn't want to make. 3 years later, Marcus stood in front of a room full of young professionals. He'd been asked to speak about his success. And he could have told them about the promotions, the projects, the recognition. But instead, he told them about the night he sat alone in his apartment and decided to stop running. He told them that self-control looks like losing in the short term, so you can win in the long term. That it feels like restraint, but it's actually freedom. Because when you master yourself, when you can delay gratification, when you can sit with discomfort without numbing it or rushing past it, you become unstoppable. Not because you're faster or smarter than everyone else, but because you're willing to play a different game entirely. The audience was quiet. Some of them looked uncomfortable, because the truth often is. They wanted the hack, the secret, the fast track. And Marcus was telling them there isn't one. That the only way through is through. That self-control is the bridge between who you are and who you could become. And you have to cross it one step at a time. As he finished speaking, a young man in the back raised his hand. He looked just like Marcus had at 27. Hungry, impatient, afraid of being left behind. And he asked the question Marcus used to ask himself every day. But what if I'm too late? What if I've already wasted too much time? Marcus smiled, not because the question was naive, but because he remembered the weight of it. And he said something his grandfather once told him, words he didn't understand until he lived them. You're not too late, but you have to start. And starting means accepting that the person you're becoming is worth more than the person you're pretending to be. Self-control isn't about perfection. It's about direction. It's about choosing, every single day, to build something real instead of something fast. And that choice, that simple choice to wait, to work, to trust the process even when you can't see the result, that's where everything changes. The room stayed quiet even after he stepped down. Because some truths don't need applause. They need time to settle, to root, to grow. And Marcus understood now what he couldn't see before. That self-control isn't the enemy of desire. It's the guardian of it. It protects what you truly want from what you want right now. It turns wishes into plans. It turns plans into reality. And it does it slowly, steadily, without flash or fireworks. Because the truth about self-control is this: it's not about denying yourself a good life. It's about refusing to settle for a shallow one. It's about understanding that everything worth having costs something, and that cost is usually paid in patience, in practice, in the quiet discipline of showing up even when no one's watching, even when you're tired, even when it feels like nothing's changing. But it is changing. You are changing. Cell by cell, choice by choice, day by day. And one morning, you'll wake up and realize you're not the same person who started this journey. You're stronger, steadier, more yourself than you've ever been. Not because you got everything you wanted fast, but because you became someone worthy of what you want. Someone who can handle it. Someone who can keep it. That's the truth Marcus learned the hard way. That self-control isn't a cage, it's a key. And it unlocks a life that doesn't crumble when the wind blows, because it was built to last. Built with time, built with intention, built with the quiet, powerful knowledge that good things come to those who don't just wait, but work while they wait. And in the end, that makes all the difference.